you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I think mental health means a state of being, a state of mental being. So it can be positive or negative. Obviously, we're talking about this in a positive sense, but technically, for me, it means a state of mental being. And in the workplace, of course, it means how you feel when you're in the office. At different points during the day, I recognize that your mental health might change. Do you get? During the course of the day.
The transaction.
Exactly. It ebbs and flows. But for the most part, I think what it means is, I feel like you have a good mental health at work when, you have good people, the culture is good.
I think in addition to what you said, I would just add your emotional well-being, and then socially your well-being also. So, for me, it's like all of that, even while you're working, and, you're able to maintain that balance. It will dip, but I like to think that more often than not it's balanced or it's high.
Than it's dipping.
Yeah. So the environment that is created in the workplace has a lot to do with.
Agreed.
Where there's enough stress in Lagos, right? You come into the office, God knows where people are coming from. Aja, people are coming from the mainland.
People were waking up at 4:30 in the morning to get here.
So the least that we can do is make it a conducive environment that people actually come in, so that they are happy being here and they don't wake up in the morning and think, oh man, I'm going back to that place again.
Yeah.
I'm very active. You guys know I love my tennis and my gym, and so I will go and play tennis or I'll go to the gym, and for me it's just a way of keeping my energy up. And then of course I have my 1 hour lunch with Ifeoma, so
while at work I listen to music every now and again. I take breaks. I think it's important to ensure that you have breaks in between your day. I interact with my other colleagues every now and again. We just have small snippets, of conversation here and there about the economy, current affairs. So I've tried to find little moments within my day so that my day is not so cumbersome with work. Recently, there's been what we call an employee assistance program, and it's now currently being added in a lot of HMOs, right? So what that does is that employees have access to therapists if they feel like they need to speak to someone outside of their organization. You already have that involved in your HMO, so your staff have people that they can go and speak to about their work or about their jobs. 1, 2, we also especially at Alpha African Advisory, we're very intentional about having a buddy system. We're very intentional about hiring people who have the same core values. So what that means is that our environment naturally is one that is nurturing, welcoming. We have an open door policy. So you find out that more often than not, you have colleagues who transition into a kind of friendship that just helps make the work just go easier and smoother. We also are intentional about hangouts. So we try to ensure that it's not all work, but we try to have a good balance of work and play. So every now and again we have a TGIF or a TGI any day of the week as the spirit leads sometimes. So we try to do a mix of that. We also try to ensure that when it's a light day in the office, people leave exactly when they're supposed to leave, as opposed to staying back and all that, except people want to do that for specific purposes. And then we also operate a hybrid structure.
Yeah, my views on that. There's no such thing as work-life balance. At any point in time, there is one thing that takes priority over the other. So it's more about flexibility. I think the way we do it, intentionally or not, is first of all you gist, right? Because when you gist with someone, there's a tendency to first of all forget, where they are, and then as we become more comfortable with each other, then we begin to share, our problems with each other. Problem shared is a problem halved, right? And when you talk about a problem with someone, part of it is a part, you kind of like let a bit of that burden go, because a lot of the time that's what it's just a conversation that can solve the problem.
I mean, I would say first and foremost, thank you to the founders, for making an environment that is focused on staff welfare and well-being. The kind of core values that we have at Alpha African has made it such that the people that we've, brought onto the team are people of like mind, and so it makes it easy to be in a friendly, mentally healthy environment. I think that gives us that. Let me not use the word balance. Let me use the word flexibility. To deal with, the work as it ebbs and flows. I'd like to say thank you to the founders, thank you to management for creating that environment.
Yeah, I think I'll just echo what you said, to be honest. I think there's been an excellent job in curating the culture in Alpha African, and so it just leaves room for people to be comfortable being themselves.
And of course to the colleagues, to the people themselves, So thank you to you, thank you to everybody else at Alpha African Advisory, because they have done a great job of just like keeping up energies even when energies are low. We have energy gods and goddesses in our office. We have people who just check on you when it seems like your work is trying to frustrate you. So even the people play a huge part in how your day goes. So I'd like to say a shout out to the people as well.
I think we have an excellent couple of people at this point in time, and so everybody brings something different to the table, and something valued, and something that if it wasn't there would be missed. So everybody should just effectively keep paying them because it's working.
Exactly.
And I think to the families, I guess
that was going to be exactly the next thing I was going to say.
Right.
The families who hear us when we come back home and rant.
Yeah. So I feel like the families kind of set the tone at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. So the reason why we meet people that we are happy to socialize with and people we are happy to work with, because the job started from home. So whatever they are doing as well, they should keep doing.
Shout out to them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to everybody else, we wish them a World Mental Health Day.
Yeah, happy World Mental Health Day.